Hi guys, it's JB here with a video. Not a positive one, I'm afraid, because we're going to talk Burnley in a second. Um, but we got some just before we get on to the rant and stuff, because it's going to be a little bit. Well, it's not going to be a massive rant because it's already been said before on other videos. But I feel that I need to get a message out to Mike Garlick if he ever watches this channel. Anyway, just quickly before I move on to talk Mike Garlick and the transfer window with Burnley, just to let you know that on Twitch during the week I'll be teaming up with my new commentators. I'll be teaming up with Mike. I'll be teaming up with. We're going to get Mike, Russ, and Chris together along with myself, and we're going to have a commentators prediction podcast. So that'll be live on Twitch, and then hopefully, and then you'll be able to see, and then once that's been done, once that's been streamed, that'll be uploaded to YouTube on the same evening. So it'll be probably Wednesday or Thursday. You'll probably see it on this channel about midnight. We'll start the Twitch podcast. We'll start the live stuff feed on the Twitch podcast. We'll start that about 9 o'clock during midweek. So we don't know whether it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday yet, but we'll let you know for sure about the availability of the commentators and stuff like that. Right, I've got to get into it. Mike Garlick, what are you doing? Mike Rigg, what are you doing? Don't get me wrong, the two players that we've brought in are very good players. Eric Peters, plenty of experience. Jay Rodriguez, one of our own. Two good signings, not dissing them. I think they've been well thought out. But they've been the only two. And you look at other teams there, Sheffield United have spent more than us. Brighton have spent more than us. Are we not good enough now, or rich enough? Been in the Premier League now, this is our fourth season back in it, to actually start living a little, start spending a bit more money. What's Mike Rigg actually doing? Is he actually scouting, or is he just on permanent holidays? But I don't understand why Burnley are paying him a bloody wage, because he's done, he's done enough all in the two transfer windows. He's been technical director at the club, technical recruiter at the club. What's he doing? Is he just napping about? And Mike Garlick, once again, not letting Sean Dyche loose with the purse strings. This is not 2014. Yet back then I could understand it. We got up under freakish circumstances. We weren't expected to even finish second, let alone, we weren't expected to finish in the playoffs that year, but let alone getting there in second place. We just had one of those seasons where it just all went right for us. So we weren't expected to spend a few bob, but come on now, the time's come, Mike Garlick. You've just got to back Sean Dyche. It's getting repetitively boring. For the last three transfer windows, it's been crap. The amount of BS you come out with, you use Sean Dyche as a puppet. Basically, you wheel him out in press conferences, and you just get him to say the same old BS that you want him to say. Enough's enough, Garlick. You either back the manager, or you're out the door, because it's just not good enough. Considering that we had a really awful start to the season last year, we were all over the place, and, we were lucky to stay up last year, let's be fair. If it wasn't for Barnes and Wood banging in goals and Dwight McNeil coming through, then we would have been in the Championship this season. I've got absolutely no doubts about that whatsoever. What's upset me is I thought we could kick on and not have a repeat of last year. Hopefully we won't. I still think we've got a decent enough squad to stick it out in mid-table at least, but once again, the lack of ambition from our board is plain to see. It's just beyond belief. Listen, there'll be a lot of fans saying, "Oh, if it wasn't for Mike Garlick, it wouldn't be here." Well, it wasn't for Mike Garlick. It was for Sean Dyche's tactical nous. The best bloody technical director we had was that McFarlane guy that brought in Andre Gray and Joey Barton. He was the best. It was the best head of recruitment we ever had, and we let him go to Rangers. That's where we've made the mistake. Now, we've brought in this Mike Rigg, who's claimed to have brought Sergio Aguero and David Silva to Manchester City, And we don't know whether he did or not. That's the point. Are the board trying to spin us a yarn? Are the board just making excuses so they can cover their own backs? There's plenty, Mike Garlick has got to be asked a lot of questions. The problem with him, you only get one interview a year from him. He's so inactive. I understand he's a businessman, but if you're chairman of a football club, you're responsible for that day-to-day running of the football club. If you're the chairman, your fingerprints are all over the football club. I understand he's got other businesses to run, but at the moment, the Burnley Football Club, if he's chairman, should be his first priority. And he isn't doing that. And, I'm not saying he's as bad as Mike Ashley now, because that talk's gone now, obviously. But Mike Ashley's actually backed Steve Bruce. He's backed him with a top quality player for £30 million from South America. So, at least Mike Ashley's backing his manager. All right, it might be Steve Bruce, but at least he's backing him. And other chairmen are backing their managers. I mean, you look at Dean Smith. Spending money doesn't guarantee success. Fulham proved that last year, but they bought too many individuals they didn't buy for the team. Now we need to buy, but my point is, it's not about what we spend. It's about the quality that we should be able to bring in now. We're 4 years into the Premier. We're into our fourth season in the Premier League. Surely we can attract a better class of player. Don't give me all that BS on wages and stuff like that. I mean, we've been able to attract players like Joe Hart in the last few years. So there's no excuse of attracting the players. It's just that the board will just spend the same old yarn. Oh, we can't afford to pay wages. Blah de blah de blah. Absolute rubbish. You look at the prize money we've picked up in the last 3 or 4 years. We must have picked up in the region of about £500 million in prize money and television rights alone. That's lucrative money. I don't understand why we can't spend 70, 80 million of that out of 500 million. Yeah, I know, I mean, you look at the training ground, it's one of the best in the country. The Barnfield is one of the best in the country. And yet we can't attract a couple of quality bodies. I mean, you don't have to go, as I keep mentioning now for the last few years, you do not have to go around England. There is Dutch talent in the Dutch league, in the top tier of the Dutch, in the top flight of the Dutch league. There's so much talent in there. If you watch the Eredivisie or whatever you call it, the Dutch league, every week, you'll see that there is good Dutch talent out there. And there's some great players coming through Scandinavia as well. But you look at the likes of, we can't afford probably half of Ajax's team because what happened in the Champions League. They're going to start pricing players out anyway. But you look at AZ Alkmaar, you look at PSV Eindhoven, you look at teams like Feyenoord and all that lot. There are players to be had there. There are players that we could pick up for £10 million, and maybe even less than that, get them on decent wages, and integrate them into the team. You don't have to be English. You don't have to buy British. I remember Newcastle bringing in, was it Demba Ba and Papi Cisse one year, and everyone's saying, who are they? And Demba Ba scored 30 goals. And then got sold to Chelsea for a tidy profit. There are gems out there. If Mike Rigg could be bothered looking. It's getting repetitively boring now, every single summer. I don't like to make videos like this. I want to make good, positive videos where we've brought in actually potentially good players. The average age has not gone down like I predicted it might do, because I still think we need to evolve as a team. We're not evolving as a team, not age-wise anyway, because we're going to end up, we've signed. I mean, Jay Rodriguez is 29. Fair enough, he's at his peak. Peters, he's about 31. Plenty of experience, but we don't just need experience. We need a bit of youth as well. We need more younger players coming in through the ranks. People will point to the youth academy, but since Jay Rodriguez, we've only churned out one, and that was Dwight McNeil last year. You know, apart from that, I don't see what else is coming through the youth academy. I watched the under-19s in a pre-season tournament, and we looked all over the place. So I don't know what to think. But what I think Mike Garlick and Mike Rigg need to do is make sure they get some quality in before the window shuts. Remember, we're only a week before the start of the window, and I'm slightly concerned that they're not doing anything. You know, Mike Garlick, if he was on Twitter now, I'd be lynching him to high heaven because he's I'm sorry, it's not good enough. And this is the calmest I've ever done a rant. But because it's getting repetitively boring, I am now past that stage where I'm past the shouting stage. I couldn't, it's not going to do any favours. So, Mike Garlick, if you're watching, in the slightest hope you're watching, get your bleeding checkbook out and start backing the manager. And Mike Rigg, justify scouting Sean Dyche some decent players and actually justify your wage at Burnley. Justify the football club paying you a bloody working wage, pal. You get it? Fantastic. That's all I've got to say. Don't forget, we've got the predictions podcast coming up during the week, and that will be on YouTube later on in the week. So don't forget. And if you want to watch it live, we'll be doing it on Twitch. Don't forget, all our early season games will still be live on Twitch until end of August, and then we'll be back on YouTube full time live as well. We'll be back live on YouTube full time after that. So. We'll have live football back on YouTube as soon as my unfair 90-day ban is over. But that's it for this video. So, be nice if we could make some positive videos about Burnley's transfer policy. But unfortunately, Mike Garlick's screws-like attitude and Mike Rigg's laziness prevents me from doing out like that, sadly. Just the way it goes. I mean, the two players we signed, decent, good signings. J-Rod, you're going to get with him. Peters, he's a good player, plenty of years in the Premier League. But we need more. We need more bodies, especially central midfield, and maybe another defender, another right back to try and challenge Lawton. Because I think Bardsley now is a bit over the hill. He puts in a good shift. Maybe this year it's probably going to get shift by for him, but you never know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. If you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like because they're very appreciated in my world. Also, if you want to subscribe and you haven't, please do. We're nearly at 600 subscribers now, which is good news. We're just 18, 19 short of the 600, which is quite good considering we only had about 300 a year ago. So that would be great if we could get to 600, maybe 650 to 700 by the end of the year. That would be even better. So that would be fantastic. And of course, if you want notifications on videos and uploads and then future live streams, once we're back live streaming again, hit that notification bell, please, folks. That would be very much appreciated. Anyway, I'm off to chill out, and then I'm off into Manchester to see one or two people. So that's my day mapped out. Hope to see you very soon. Have a fantastic day. Don't let the rain spoil your fun. It's not going to let me spoil my fun, that's for sure. But until then, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.